On today's show, we party for the Kentucky Derby and a great cause. Take a closer look at Kingston, visit Sheriff McDonald's Spring Farm Festival, and talk about upcoming things to do in our area. We're glad you're here. Let's get started. The Kentucky Derby party at Alden Park in Plymouth was an opportunity to wear your most flamboyant hat, colorful dress, or seersucker suit, and enjoy a great time for a fantastic cause. We went on the local scene.
It came out of a bucket list type of idea, if you will. I took a trip to the Triple Crown, did the Kentucky Derby, the Preakness, the Belmont Stakes, and when I returned, I was kind of in awe of the look, the feel, the excitement that went around it. And I was like, let's do something with this. This seems like something we could put in an event together. And we said, let's do something around this to raise money for charity. It'll get people behind it, and it's a good thing, make us feel good, make people feel good, and people really will enjoy it. And you get to dress up, have a good time, and it's tied around a single event that's very quick, lasts about 2 minutes, but you tie everything around that and have a good time with it.
I'm first, I'm ticket one, and I'm first. I love it.
We have a lot of different items that are used in the silent auction or the raffle items or what we come up with. It comes from a lot of different sources. The charity is responsible for a lot of it. It's about them. It's about raising money for them. We're here to help facilitate that. It's a collaborative event on finding things that will provide interest into, bid on, want to acquire, whatever, for the sake of the charity.
When determining the beneficiaries for the Derby party every year, we always play it off of we want it to be something that affects people immediately, no matter what. And generally, we base it around children groups like Camp Clark. We did Kingston Foundation for Education for their students, stuff like that. So we want to make sure that it's something that's going to affect children in a positive way in their lives. This year, the beneficiary is the Coalition for the Homeless in Plymouth. I know they're working on a couple of different things. They just bought a property that they're building apartments to get people into the next level of getting back on their feet and getting an address for jobs and moving them into the next direction of their lives to be back into the community properly. With our Derby party, it is a red carpet event. So it is a paparazzi photographers, dressed to the nines. We do a best hat contest, best dress contest. We also do a worst dress. People getting dressed up, it's their day to shine. It's really the first big event of the spring, and you want to dust off all that winter vibe and actually get out there. If you don't come dressed to the nines, you're going to feel foolish. When it comes to our staffing, it's actually a fun day for them because it's something different from the norm. They actually want to get dressed up. They want to have fun with the people. They want to enjoy a day that's not walking up to a table and just waiting on them and have a different interaction with people. It's more of a fun party.
Over the years, the amount of money that Alden Park has helped raise for charities has grown. I'm pretty proud of how much money we raise every year, and over the last probably 4 or 5 years, it's averaged about $40,000 to $50,000.
Well, you want to be part of the community. You want to help the kids. You want to help these groups of people that are struggling with whatever it is that they need to get through. In this case, we get people that call up and say, I want to donate to your charity because you guys are doing something good for the community. And it also gets their name out there of people, artists that are doing stuff they're now seen at the Derby where people are now going to go and support them. So I think that any other business that wants to get involved in doing stuff for nonprofits, it's just good to be part of the community and to feel as though you've given back to the community that's coming into your restaurant or into your store at all times throughout the year.
I'm rewarded with how it makes me feel and also, what the lasting effects for the people we help are.
You can support the coalition by visiting PlymouthAreaCoalition.org. Alden Park Restaurant is at 160 Colony Place in Plymouth. Come give your regards to Broadway with summer songs, tunes from Broadway and American traditions performed by the Pilgrim Festival Singers. An ensemble composed of vocalists from the Pilgrim Festival Chorus, the singers will perform summertime-themed songs and medleys from Carousel, The Lion King, and Irving Berlin favorites, along with a tribute to the late Alice Parker, legendary native Bostonian composer, conductor, and teacher. There will be 2 performances, Saturday, June 22nd at 7:30 p.m. at the Church of the Pilgrimage, and Sunday, June 23rd at 4 p.m. at St. Bonaventure Parish. Tickets are available at the door and beforehand at pilgrimfestivalchorus.org. For kids in kindergarten up to grade 6, Art Week with Beeble Art promises an exciting whirlwind of creative activity, including pottery, painting, sculpture, drawing, crafts, games, and all kinds of fun. Held at the Reed Community House the week of June 24th from 9 to 1 p.m., kids will be grouped according to age and create an average of 3 projects per day, learning the fundamentals of the artistic process while developing their own unique creative vision. At the end of the week, there'll be an art show for family and friends to celebrate and admire the artist's work. Campers are responsible for bringing their own nut-free lunch, water, and snack, and to dress for a mess. Visit the Kingston Parks and Recreation website to register. We went on the local scene to the Plymouth County Sheriff's Farm for Sheriff McDonald's family-friendly free farm festival.
We're here at the Spring Farm Festival. Sheriff McDonald initiated this about 18 years ago to let the public know what a great resource this is, and just to have the children and the families enjoy this area. As you can see, hundreds of families now are enjoying this, and it's a great activity. We have this every year in the spring and in the fall.
It's the introducing of all the plants and flowers for the spring that the Sheriff's Department puts on for the community.
The Spring Farm Fest, I love it. It's an opportunity for us to open up the farm to the community, have them come down and see what we do, and share this resource. I mean, it's a beautiful open space in Plymouth, you know, that we all enjoy. And it's a chance to get some flowers and learn some things and learn what we do here.
It's just a fun time. The community comes together. It's a chance to see the animals, to buy plants, to get ready for the spring. You know, it's usually right before Mother's Day, so people have a chance to get their Mother's Day gifts and plants, and they see the agriculture, they see we have a canine demonstration. They show how the canine, you know, goes after the bad guys, and then along with that, we have our dogs that can detect drugs or other items that you wouldn't want contraband inside the jail, and they do a great job, and it's always a fan favorite here at the farm.
They introduce the comfort dogs, they introduce the working dogs. It's a real big hit. Everyone likes to see and likes to know the backgrounds of all the work dogs that they have here.
And we have the 4-H, our partners, and teaches the kids about beehives and things like that. So it's a lot of fun.
Right now we're keeping bees on the back. We have 10 hives back there, and we just recently wintered over our hives. So we're heading into the spring with 2 full colonies to help pollinate everything that we're growing on the farm.
The plants here on the farm, we grow the plants, and the proceeds, and that proceeds goes to our inmate programs to, you know, literacy and educate the inmates inside.
It just brings the community together, let them know that the institution that we work for has programs, and we like to give back to the community.
It's all for a good cause, it's for a worthy cause, and the people come, they love it. The gardeners, the people who know plants know to come to the Sheriff's Farm to get good quality plants. So this is just a wonderful event, and as you can see, the kids are enjoying the hay rides, and they get to see the whole farm, 80 acres of land that we have, that we produce you know, cucumbers and grow vegetables. And then we in turn donate that to food pantries within Plymouth County. So it's all good, it's a win-win, and Sheriff McDonald is very proud of his staff and of what we do here at the farm.
And it helps the community realize that we just want to help, to see that there's a different side than just institutionalizing. And when someone says, wow, you made my day, that's like the best thing in the world for me.
We're more than just a you know, facility for inmates. We're with the community. We hope they see what we do to help the inmates, because they come over here as part of their programming to to help with the plants and rehabilitate them so they're ready for re-entry. The public and the kids see the staff working in such a way that it's a wonderful way to start a career possibly in their future, and the parents see that the Sheriff's Department is doing a lot to help the community.
We like to work with community partners and bring it all together and put this together for the community, for something for them to enjoy. To be able to come down and be outside and buy some flowers, learn about bees, pet the animals, see the trucks. It's a wonderful afternoon for the families in the community.
If you are an energetic early bird looking for fellow morning movers, check out the Duxbury Senior Center's Rise and Shine Beach Walkers group. Meet in the Duxbury Beach public parking lot at 6:30 a.m. every Thursday morning throughout June, from where the group will walk across the bridge and along the beach. Take in the energizing salt air of early morning and meditative serenity of the seashore before the arrival of high noon heat and crowds of people. Register for this gathering of gallivants through the Duxbury Senior Center website. On Friday, June 21st, the Plymouth Center for Active Living invites you to step into the shoes of Frances Perkins, the architect of Social Security and the first female appointed to cabinet position serving as Secretary of Labor under Presidents Franklin Roosevelt and Harry Truman. An object of admiration and contempt from her male colleagues, Perkins was an unwavering advocate for making the government serve as an ally to the people, fighting for the rights, safety, and justice for working adults, children, and the retired. Through a lively portrayal by Janet Parnes, step back in time and walk with her through political quagmires, impossible gender barriers, and hard-won victories on her journey to becoming a political firebrand. The program starts at 1:15 and is free to attend. Registration is appreciated, but not required. Drop-ins are welcome. Here's a message from the Plimpton Fire Department.
Summertime is one of the most enjoyable and active seasons. It is also one of the most dangerous. Fireworks, swimming, and motorcycle riding are some of the most dangerous activities that cause the most injuries and death each season. By following a few safety tips, it will ensure a fun and safe summer season for you, your family, and friends. Gas grills are one of the largest contributors to home fires in the summer. Make sure hose fittings are tight, the grill is at least 5 feet away from the building, and grease and food buildup are cleaned from the grill after each use. Keep a fire extinguisher close by, and make sure the person using the grill does not wear loose-fitting clothing that can catch fire. Approximately 11 people die and 10,200 people are injured from fireworks each year. Fireworks are illegal in the state of Massachusetts. Do not use fireworks. Instead, look for local public firework displays that are properly permitted and have safety plans in place. Make sure when you are attending any firework event, keep a close eye on children and make sure they are maintaining a safe distance from any firework display. Motorcycles are everywhere. Over 83,000 people were injured in motorcycle accidents last year. Always wear a helmet and follow local riding laws. When driving your vehicle, look twice and make sure there is not a motorcycle coming before you pull into an intersection. Each year, over 300 children drown in swimming accidents. Make sure there is a fence around your pool with a latched gate to keep unsupervised children out of the pool. Have children take swimming lessons at a local pool or pond by trained swimming instructors. Have approved swimmies or inflatable devices available for children who can't or are not good swimmers. Watch kids who are not strong swimmers that swim in areas over their head. If they become fatigued, assist them out of the water or to an area that is not over their head. By following these safety tips, it can help ensure a safe summer season.
From physical abuse and bullying in nursing homes and assisted living facilities and neglect by caretakers or family members to scams and identity theft targeting the elderly, as many as 5 million of our most vulnerable Americans experience a form of elder abuse every year. June is Elder Abuse Awareness Month. Creating awareness around this tragic epidemic is an essential step in creating protections for our treasured members of society. To shed light on the issue, OCES, along with partners Plymouth Center for Active Living, Plymouth County District Attorney, and Plymouth Sheriff's Department invite you to a March Against Elder Abuse, a 1-mile march along Water Street on June 20th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Registration is at 10:30 a.m. at Tavern on the Wharf in Plymouth. Our seniors deserve to be celebrated and protected. To register online, visit ocesma.org. Calling all guys, dolls, beatniks, squares, dreamboats, and hipsters. Let's go to the hop. The Pembroke Council on Aging invites you to bebop to their record hop on Monday, June 24th at 1 p.m. DJ Rick Darling will be spinning platters for a fun afternoon of 50s dancing and fun. Dress in your favorite outfit from the 50s, 60s, or even the 70s. Just wear whatever threads you're comfortable in, Daddy-O. There'll be snacks, and admission is just $5. Find registration forms for this fun event at the COA's welcome desk. The Duxbury Free Library is honored to be hosting #1 New York Times best-selling author Tiffany Jewell for Unpacking a History of Systemic Racism in the American Education System, a virtual event on June 20th from 2 to 3 p.m. Tiffany will be discussing her new book, Everything I Learned About Racism, I Learned in School. Following her educational journey through early elementary school to college and incorporating experience shared with her by other writers, this book unpacks the history of systemic racism in the American education system and the ingrained inequities Black and brown children face throughout their lives in school. Everything I Learned About Racism, I Learned in School provides young folks with context for thinking critically about their education and the choices available to them as they navigate the system. To register for this online virtual event, visit the library's website. This program has been made possible through the generous support of the Friends of the Duxbury Free Library. Next up is Julie Thompson with a closer look at the municipality of Kingston.
We are taking a closer look at the town of Kingston and specifically at our new police chief in Kingston, Chief Brian Holmes. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Now, you have been with Kingston for about a month. So let's talk about, before we talk about what you're doing in Kingston, let's talk about your background and how you got to where you are right now.
Okay. Let's see. I grew up in the town of Avon, 4 square miles, population about 4,500.
Wow.
When I was a kid, I started my career there as a dispatcher, part-time firefighter, part-time police officer. All roads led to full-time dispatch, which was the beginning of my career in Stoughton. I worked for 27 years in Stoughton, serving 6 as the deputy chief of police for my last 6 years. I eventually started looking around at police chiefs opportunities because I think it was just time to cash in my chips and look at something at the next level.
Yeah. Now, Stoughton is a much larger town.
It is.
Than Kingston. Yeah. How many residents in Stoughton compared to Kingston? Was it like 3 times, 2 times?
It's about twice the size on paper. It's 27, 28,000, but in reality, it's probably close to 30, 33,000.
Okay.
It's an agency of 65 sworn, and then the civilian staff on top of that.
Wow.
Yep.
And how many do you have now in Kingston?
Kingston is 3 lieutenants, 6 sergeants, and about 15 patrol officers, 6 dispatchers, animal control, harbor master. There's some other part-time dispatchers, there's part-time officers, there's part-time people at animal
control. So you
control.
have a significant staff.
Yes.
Yeah, which you need.
Yes.
Okay. So about your background, you've been in police work forever. What drew you to that? What about it fit with you?
I found the right cop that helped keep me in line as a young kid, and when I started working as a dispatcher at age 20, he and I became friendly. I always found that as a teenager, I didn't want to mess up when this guy was around, and it sort of, it was the ideal version of giving it back. Was this guy here, I didn't want to mess up if he was around, and he always kind of kept an eye on me and my friends when I was a kid.
So you say in your LinkedIn profile, you have this really interesting statement. You said you were mentored by a change agent, and you chose your profession as much as it chose you, and you're in it for the long haul.
I'm committed. It's that simple in a word. I didn't sign up for this job to be half-hearted in anything that I've done, even as a young patrol officer.
Right.
I wouldn't have put in for the job as Kingston Police Chief if I was half-hearted in it. I'm committed to this. I'm committed to the men and women that I serve with on the Kingston Police Department. And I'm in it for the long haul. It just means that I'm in until I'm done.
Okay.
I've been asked by the town fathers to do certain things for the Kingston Police Department, and I'm probably going to need about 6 years to get those things done.
Okay, so you've already set that plan for yourself.
Well, they said it.
They said it. Okay. Also in your background, you are noted for dedication to training, overhaul, and reshaping the police role in EMS. Can you talk about that? Because that's changed dramatically in the past couple of decades.
Yes, I agree. It's changed dramatically in so many ways between mental health and police response to overdoses and substance abuse. It has dramatically changed. It's my background. I worked 5 years as a call firefighter. I left as a lieutenant. I saw a lot of trauma on the highway. That led to my role as a first responder, instructor, and trainer, and CPR and all that. But the reason that I'm so committed to it is because it's important for the firefighters and the police officers to bridge the gap between communication and understand the role of one another. And that's really all that means. And as an instructor trainer, I'm happy to bridge that gap. I understand a great deal about the fire service. Obviously, I understand a great deal about the police service, but I wanted to really kind of sharpen the edges on the role of the police when it comes to medical emergencies, law enforcement, advanced casualty care, mental health,
Right.
overdoses, and those types
Right.
of things.
So there's been a lot of overlap between police and fire, especially with overdoses and with mental health. Can you talk to where the line is drawn between what the police do and what the fire department does, and how you gel together
Sure.
for good outcomes?
So the police under the Massachusetts statute have to be first responders, which is a certification. It's a 40-hour basic class that you receive in the basic police academy. It's very similar to the certification and licensure of an EMT. So the skill sets are the same, but it's with much more frequency that members of the fire department will respond as EMTs in a licensed EMT agency. When the police get there, we're on the road more often, the cars are smaller, we get around faster. So when you have somebody with the equipment, with the training, and with the bedside manner to talk to somebody, do an evaluation, and when fire department arrives, you would ideally have a police officer that can give a quick handoff report to the incoming EMS.
Perfect. So your two departments really work in conjunction.
Yes.
You are together on this one. Okay,
Yes.
that's excellent. What do you think the department's greatest strengths are in the town of Kingston?
It's definitely the people. The people in this department, they wear many hats. They are, in my opinion, high performers. It's in an environment where the people here are doing more with less, wearing many hats. And they have a way of getting it done like no group of people I've ever seen. But on top of that, I can see it just from a quick eval that these people care about one another. They do stuff together. They're cohesive. It's a tight group. And I'm fortunate that they've let me into being a part of that.
You're the coach of a really good team.
I am.
Okay, so policing in 2024 is very different from when you started out. What to you is the most dramatic difference that you can put your hands on and say, and I can do something about it?
I think well, one of the biggest challenges for the people that do the job was the inception of the post statute. So it put a whole new police officer standards and training as a commission now that creates a licensing process for being a police officer, whereas before it was all exclusively maintained by the Municipal Police Training Committee as certifications. Well, post has two parts. They have the certification, and then they have the training and compliance. So the certification part of it, basically what happens is if somebody is the subject of accountability and discipline, there's now another layer of accountability and discipline. So what makes this incredibly more challenging from the management side of the police world is that people have become a little bit nervous about that. And it's something that the men and women of the job are getting used to. So I think that that really dramatically changed things based on what happened 3 years ago. In terms of the job, the oversight, and all that. So, I mean, I'm no stranger to oversight. I've been in the police management role for about 7 years prior to coming here. This is just a different spin on that. But you had asked me about, more specifically, about what the biggest challenges in policing is. Recruitment and retention are the biggest two. In the Kingston Police Department, we're operating with a staff of about 26 sworn. I can tell you that that's not enough. I can't be the guy that just comes in and says, I need $1 million so that we can add effectively 9 full-time sworn people. I can't do that. The growth for the Kingston.
Like to.
I would like to, in a perfect world, but there are other departments. There's a regional school district.
Sure.
And I can't just push everybody aside and say we need 10 cops. The growth has to be incremental. It has to be done in such a way that, you know, the Board of Selectmen, the Finance Committee, the Town Administrator, and other departments can recognize the need for that growth.
Sure.
And grow slowly and incrementally in such a way that it doesn't blow up the rest of the town. So staffing is an issue. Recruitment and retention are the 2 biggest issues on a national level in policing right now.
To see the entirety of this interview, please visit the Local Scene Government Services YouTube page. Thank you.
Fabulous month of June has stepped out onto the stage. It is here, it is queer, and it is time for Pride. On Sunday, June 30th, Plymouth Pride returns to Nelson Park for the annual Pride Festival, when the stage will be a rainbow of expression with speakers, live bands, drag queen story time, dancers, and stage entertainment all day long. There'll be food trucks, a beer garden, and over 90 vendors and resource tables. There's something for everyone at Plymouth Pride. The park has a playground, a splash pad, and direct access to the beach. Bring chairs or blankets to kick back on the grass and enjoy the day. The Plymouth Pride Festival is from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. and admission is free. Nelson Park is at 235 Water Street in Plymouth. Allergies can hamper your enjoyment of a blossoming spring. Who wants to be honking into a hanky when you can be relishing the sense of spring's floral medley? According to the CDC, more than 80 million Americans suffer from seasonal allergies. The Duxbury Senior Center is offering a class that is nothing to sneeze at, solving your allergy issues with all natural solutions. On Friday, June 14th from 10 to 11:30 a.m., wellness advocate Chris Ventura will lead an interactive and informative program that will highlight the benefits of fighting this seasonal menace and other ailments using essential oils. Participants will discover the origins of these oils and get to make their own roller bottle of essential oils to take home. There is a $10 materials fee. The beloved Project Arts free summer concert series is back on the Plymouth waterfront every Wednesday night starting on June 26th. They'll be kicking off the season with a performance by Monk Duane, composer and singer-songwriter with an ear for hooks and a groovy edge. Popular local folkie Louise Adams will open the show. Every week, the free summer concert series at Pilgrim Memorial State Park will feature live music, food trucks, a 50-50 raffle, and that gorgeous harbor view. Expect a wonderful wide variety of sounds throughout the season, including fun tribute bands, singer-songwriters, and rock and roll. Family, friends, and free live music on the waterfront under the Plymouth summer sky. What could be better? The concerts start at 6:30 and will go until 9:30 p.m. For questions, email nightmusicco@verizon.net. And that, my friends, wraps this episode of What's Good and Good to Know in our area. We are grateful for your attention. We'll see you on the local scene. For more of what's good and good to know on the South Shore of Massachusetts, hit the subscribe button. And thank you for watching.